That's insane, bro. Yeah, okay, can you go into the Geo OTG meta, like when you go to the side for 2K, CS, ETC? Bruh, should I just make this a YouTube video? I think people would just want this to be a YouTube video, right? Let's use Soul for this. I think Soul is a good reference material. Or actually, Kai's a good reference material. I do think Kai's a good reference material for this. But like, Roadster, you're not the only one who's asked me this, bro. Like, there's been a ton of people... There's been a ton of people who ask me, like, okay, why the fuck do you use 2P, 2K, CS? What the fuck does all of this mean? And like, as an OTG, obviously, right? Thank you for the big fan. And for me, the easiest way to describe it is like, there is a whole meta going into it of reasons why I do it and what exactly they can, you know, they can do. The one that I use the most is 2P, and the reason why on this patch in specific I use 2P is because Giovanna's new pressure on either FD or a regular block string is CS into instant dash CS, right? That is a new hot thing that I have invented and I came up with, and I'm like, yeah, that's basically the newest frame trap, because if they try to mash, all you gotta do is just press like either 5H or 2S, right? And you're basically forcing them into a scenario where they constantly have to press this. So what you can do afterwards is right here, you have enough frame advantage where you can reset them into another CS into CS basically. It's a guaranteed way to get them into pressure. And that was a thing last patch already, but last patch it wasn't as effective because the dash fucking sucked. So you had to like walk up into CS, right? Which was a lot slower, and it had a way bigger gap in itself, and it was very situational because you could just do this, right, the entire time on block and keep people there. And basically what you can do now is you can do 2P into CS, CS, or the other thing which is kind of wild is you can do this into instant plus frames. So you can either do it into the spiral arrow or the fucking CS, right? And with spiral arrow, it's very interesting because it catches like backdash immediately. So if your opponent tries to backdash here, they will get caught. Bro, I am so uncracked with my timing. There we go. Thank you. The next thing after this is basically either CS or 2K. I don't really dabble with this too much. What I do know is a thing though is you can do this as like a fake pressure, quote unquote, where you try to let them block this and then instead you get a throw. You can also reset this a couple times against DPs. So what you can do is you can dash forward in 5K and you can instantly get a throw into DP every time. So how you can reset this is like that. You can also get the CS here, but they have a lot more frames to work with, which means they can try to actually backdash this one, they can try to jump out, they can try to maybe press a button too. So this is not really too effective. Usually what I like to do here is this into 2S, because it forces them like to get hit by the second in specific, so there's a gap for them to mash, but still get hit at the same time. Alright, like hold on, let me do this as fast as I can. You see the first one here whiffs, but the second one hits? Second part exactly hits, and a lot of people get caught by this right here already, right? Because of fuzzy technically, they have to block low again. The only other thing right here is CS, and there's a couple of things you can do here. The thing that Dave Chappelle showed me, which is really good, is you can do CS 5H CS, which basically is another whiff into a guaranteed CS block string. But it's also, again, unlike 2P and 2K, it is slower, so it allows more openings. But this right here is really good against one option only. Throw. If your funny opponent likes to throw a lot, and you miss this timing here, you get thrown, right? What you can do here is you can get out of the range with 5H, because 5H pushes you back here a little bit. Doom, doom. You see how this pushes you back? And right here you can punish them. So if you think your opponent's gonna throw, you do that. Be gone, right? And the only other option you can do afterwards, right here with CS, is to do a jump. Right, you can jump cancel it. So you can get like whatever you want here. You can get a fuzzy here afterwards. What I would recommend though is if you want to get a fuzzy, is just you don't OTG at all and you just jump. right? Because there's a lot of things you can do regardless. So you can basically just get a throw here, then jump. 1, 2. Sorry. You can jump. 1, 2, and then you can fucking super, do whatever you want. But yeah, that's basically the OTG meta as far as it's concerned for me. There's a lot more creativity in things you can technically do, but these are the things that I like to go for. I like to go for P the most because P just hard resets into everything. If they throw you here and you would say you miss your melee or something, or they try to backdash, you can backdash yourself and then punish. They're like, also off of this, you can just jump and get something a lot easier. You can also, there's a thing that you can do against like DPs here, you can just jump immediately and get a safe jump. Right? So that's all of it.